Fascinating conversation. I think, Paul, I appreciate your point. I think one thing that we might make a sense is that not all businesses are standing shoulder to shoulder here. And I wish there were more CEOs like yourself speaking like you are right now, but I think you have to be careful not to paint too broad of a brush against all CEOs here. And I'd like that to be the case, but I don't think that fully answers the critique that you were offering. I think this is our challenge when it comes to marketing and marketers, and being in this, Martin, you're much longer than me.
Adam, I'm hard-pressed to think of any CEO, certainly publicly, that would take the position you just described. I can't name one. I can't think of one. I mean, just in fairness for a minute, give me 2 or 3 examples of CEOs who come out negatively on the issues that we're talking about.
This is amazing, and this is, quite frankly, the effectiveness of PR and marketing over the last decade. A decade ago, people actually said what they thought, and now it's actually said completely in behind the scenes.
Yeah, but give me an example. Who has? Who's come out? Who in the automobile industry would say, for example, who in the energy industry would say publicly now? Now, if you went back 10 or 15 years ago, you would say, no. There would be oil companies that would say, let's get the stuff out of the ground at the quickest way, at the lowest cost.
You've done your job very well.
That's changed.
But you've done your job very well. The people publicly will not say it. You're right. But they still think it and they still act that way. Look at oil companies and look at how they are investing their capital. They're talking about their renewable energy portfolio. They're investing their funds in fossil fuels. Now, publicly, they may be saying something very good. Privately, where they're investing is very different.
But to Paul's point just now, the point we just had the exchange we had with Jacqueline in terms of talent, internally, people will not let you get away with that if that's your position. That was the case 10 or 15 years ago. It is not the case today.
I think that's the case. I really believe that's the case, and I think that leading CPG companies are getting there. I think Unilever is a leader in some of these spaces. What I guess I'm saying is that it wouldn't be fair to me to paint this as a universal brush. Working with Walmart, for example, we've had very different responses from different suppliers as we've pushed out new procurement standards. Now, that sometimes, of course, every associate wants to have the better products on the shelves, but frankly, if you go to most retailers, there still aren't a bevy of sustainable products that not only are priced at price parity, but actually have high performance, are organic, are biodegradable, are soluble, are not using any endangered. I mean, there are very few products.
Again, just to push the point, Walmart is the 7th largest country in the world by retail sales. Walmart has been very prominent taking the sort of position that you're talking about. Given its scale, given its economic power, it is putting tremendous pressure on its suppliers to respond to that initiative. I think it's not gone far enough, to Harish's point, Jacqueline's point. Clearly it has got further to go, but I think you've got to give a modicum of credit to people of having responded.